Hey guys, this is going to be my review of the Korra premieres, episodes 1 and 2, and it is the next day and I'm still unbelievably excited about that premiere, and it was just, I don't even know where to start. Like, I made a list on my phone earlier this morning and it's a pretty long list, so I'm probably gonna have to shorten it, but even just like going through and like writing stuff down on my phone, I was getting really excited just like going through the episode in my mind. So yeah, it was amazing. I was not expecting all of that in 2 episodes. Like, I don't know, it was just, there was so much packed into those episodes and I have so many feelings about everything, and I'm sure I'm gonna leave stuff out, but it was incredible, and I cannot wait for the 3rd episode, and it's going to be amazing. And I was incredibly excited to see more of Bumi and Katara and to finally meet Kaya. That was amazing, and seeing all the siblings together and with Katara was amazing, and I freaked out when Katara showed up, and I'm just so happy. And there was a scene where she was holding the baby, and that made me really emotional for some reason, because she's just holding her and Aang's grandchild, and she's like watching Tenzin, Kaya, and Bumi, and she seems kind of like sad, and I don't really know why she was sad. I guess something about the relationship or not being close or something, but like it was just the whole family thing, like Aang Katara's family and Aang Katara's kids and grandkids, and yeah. But there was the bit where she told them that they needed to go to their dad's home together, and I was just, oh my god. But then when they got there, okay, the air acolytes, did we know before that they were actually at the air temples? Because I'd only been thinking about them as being at Air Temple Island. I think we knew that they were at the other air temples, and I think I knew that at some level or something, but I hadn't really thought about it. I don't know. But they're interesting. They're really, like, I don't know. It was interesting how they didn't know Aang had other kids other than Tenzin. I thought that was weird. I feel like they would have known that. But Bumi and Kaya's faces were pretty hilarious during that. But I'm wondering if based off of that, based off what we know about their relationship so far and how Katara was acting, and how that happening with the air acolytes, I'm wondering if their relationship is going to be explored in this season. Like, if we're going to see stuff about how close they are, or Kaya and Bumi being like jealous of Tenzin, not because he's an airbender, but because like he gets more attention or something. I don't know. Like, I'm really interested in seeing if they do something with that, and I think it'd be really awesome if they did, because one, that would talk more about their childhood with Aang and Katara, but I really, really hope that they explore that and talk about it. I also really, really loved Eska and Desna, and I was not expecting that, but Eska and Bolin are hilarious. Like, I don't know, at first that like, okay, so Bolin said he was gonna go talk to her, and I was bracing myself for something hilarious to happen, but I was not expecting them to get together that quickly. That was interesting. Their relationship, I don't know, it's hilarious. Like, her line about protecting him and him being her turtle duck, and then why are you initiating physical contact with another woman? I thought that was hilarious. I really love that. Like, I was not expecting it, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, like, in their relationship, because it's like, they're not really together. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, theoretically they are, but it's not like a normal relationship, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think that they're hilarious, and I'm really glad that they're in the show, because, I don't know, like, just Eska's lines are hilarious. I was actually kind of surprised about how little we saw Asami. I mean, she was in the episodes. I don't even remember if she was in the 2nd episode. She was in the 1st one, and like, I don't know, but she just kind of seemed to disappear in the end of the 2nd episode, but there was so much going on that I wasn't even thinking about her. But like, I don't know, it was interesting. Obviously, the only thing about her so far is that she wants to rebuild the business, and Bolin helped her with that. I really like Bolin and Asami as a couple. I think, like, I don't ship them necessarily, but I think it could work, except for the fact that it's Bolin's brother's ex-girlfriend, and that makes things kind of weird, so I'm not so sure how I feel about that, if that makes any sense. Like, if that wasn't there, I would totally ship them, but that makes me a bit hesitant. And then there's Asuka now, which I find their relationship hilarious, but I don't really ship them either, like Asuka and Bolin. I find it hilarious because I think Asuka's lines are hilarious, but I don't really, like, ship it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of open on that front, on whatever happens, but I thought it was interesting how little we saw Asami. I'm wondering how much she's going to show up in the future episodes, since Korra's so focused on all this spiritual stuff and everything, and Asami's so focused on building up her dad's business, and those two things don't really seem related. So I'm wondering how we'll be seeing Asami throughout the season, like how often, and like what she will contribute to the plot and stuff like that. Korra's uncle definitely seemed suspicious to me at first, just because of his personality. Like, you know, when people like that show up, they tend to be hiding something or something like that. But I wasn't really sure, and as the episode got on, I became more and more trusting of him. And then obviously that we have the end of episode 2, and I don't even know what to say. That also, and I didn't think about this, but that also impacts Bolin and Asuka's relationship, I suppose. I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't. But I'm really, like, I don't know, I was not expecting that. I don't understand exactly how he thinks that attacking the Southern Water Tribe would help this, like, with the spirits. Maybe after, like, if you conquer the Southern Water Tribe, then you can make relationships with the spirits better or whatever, but during the conquering, it's probably going to get worse. So I don't know, and he was working with Korra, and now he's attacking her home, and I'm not so sure how I feel about that, or how that's going to play out, but it was definitely epic and shocking, and I am really interested in seeing what happens with that. It was most definitely not expected though, and I'm still shocked that that happened, and I don't know, but yeah, when Korra chose her uncle over Tenzin, I was really sad, and I don't want Tenzin to, like, leave, but I'm pretty sure, like, I can't see, she's obviously really mad at her dad about lying to her, and that's completely understandable, but I don't think that she's going to stand by and let her uncle conquer the Southern Water Tribe. Like, I cannot see her letting him do that. And I just also thought about Katara, and I'm wondering how Katara is going to feel about this, because Katara was alive during the 100 Years' War, and I don't think that she's going to enjoy watching her home be conquered again. So I'm hoping that means that Katara is playing a bigger role in this season, but I don't know. I just really want to know how that's going to play out. Spirits are also really freaky. Like, we saw some kind of freaky spirits in Last Airbender, but nothing like the spirits in Korra. Like, entirely different, and that, like, they're, like, really scary. But that was surprising. I wasn't expecting them to be as scary as they were, and I don't know, like, the whole spirit world story is really interesting, and I'm really glad they're exploring that, because Aang was an incredibly spiritual person, but, like, I never even realized how little we really understood it until this season of Korra. But the thing is I can't understand, so the spirits at the Southern Water Tribe are so out of balance and all of this, but yet that didn't seem to be a problem for the vast majority of the 100-Year War, when the entire, like, world was at war with each other. There was, like, the occasional spirit that Aang had to deal with, and that was it. But Korra has, like, all of these really angry spirits, but, and I mean, they're playing it as if it's left over from the 100 Years' War, but it's still interesting that they didn't cause more problems for Aang. And the Northern and Southern Lights storyline was amazing, and those were animated amazingly. The Southern Lights part, that was amazing. And I was really confused at first because they were talking about we're going to go to the South Pole, and I'm sitting here thinking, but they live at the South Pole? And then, so I couldn't figure out at first if where they live now was further north than where Katara had grown up, or if they were in the same spot and they just were going to like the actual South Pole. And I'm pretty sure it was the later, but that confused me at first. But I don't know. I was also really confused for the majority of the episode. I couldn't figure out why Korra's dad seemed so important in the Southern Water Tribe when apparently his brother was chief of the North, because they would be brothers, and how could brothers be the chiefs of two different ones? Like, how did that happen, you know? But that got explained, obviously. I absolutely have to mention Jinora with Aang's statue. Like, she was so excited to go into like the Hall of Avatars, and she just like stood there in front of Aang's statue, and it was the cutest thing. And anything that is about the Katang family, I'm just going to fangirl over. It was the cutest thing, and I love how much she loves like not just like history, like she's not just into history, but she loves the fact that like her grandfather was the Avatar, and she's so like proud of him almost, and it's just the cutest thing ever. And Milo finding that lemur, and what did he name it? I wrote down what he named it, but I can't remember. Pokey? He named it Pokey. That was adorable, and I'm really hoping that he keeps that lemur, because it's just like a cute little reminder of Momo, even though it's a different like type of lemur. That was adorable. Also adorable was during the festival, that little game that Korra and Mako were playing. That was like Aang and Momo, and he had to shoot water. That was so cute, and I freaked out when I realized that that was Aang and Momo. Like, have to fangirl over Mako and Korra for a minute, because that was, I mean, I shipped Makora last season really, like, so much, but in these first two episodes it became so much worse. Like, I wanted them to get together so badly, and then waiting to see how the relationship would be portrayed, like actually in the show, because that's never really happened unless you count like Mei and Zuko, but like actually, and Suki and Sokka, but like, you know, they've never had like a main couple that's constantly together, and I just was really excited to see how they would do that, and I loved it. I loved it so much. It's just, they're so cute, but it's not like overly thrown in your face all the time, in my opinion. Like, you have some cute little moments with them. I thought the one scene where they're like feeding each other cotton candy, it was kind of like, okay, that's maybe a little overboard, but I think that was played up for the point of getting Bolin to go talk to Eska. And just for the majority of the part, the relationship seems to really fit into the story. It's not like overly focused on, but it's there, and it's adorable, and they're so cute, and I love them so much. And now I'm just worried about, talk about like when the couple's not together, you spend the entire show waiting for them to get together, and now we have Mako and Korra together, and I'm just terrified that they're going to break up at some point in the series, and I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I don't know how long this is right now. It's probably extremely long. I'm going to stop talking. I will obviously be reviewing the rest of the episodes. I'm going to try and do the vast majority of them as video reviews, but sometimes because of school, homework, whatnot, it may end up being a blog review instead, but I'm going to try and do as many as I can as videos. So yeah, I will be reviewing episode 3 next week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.